Hello, my name's Tony Bonser, and with my wife Dorothy, I looked after my son, Neil, from his first diagnosis until he died at the age of 35, 5 years later, of cancer. Neil died where he wanted to be, in his own flat, surrounded by the things and the people that mattered to him, because a facilitator brought everything together and delivered it to him at the time he needed it. I now go around the country and see examples of the very best of end-of-life care. And it's facilitators who empower professionals to make the right things happen for the right people at the right time, which gives not only the patient a better end to their life, but helps those who are left afterwards, the people who loved them, their carers and their family, such better memories. The things that you do have such a fantastic impact.
The role of the facilitator is essentially about changing practice or improving practice that's already there.
I see it as bridging a gap, really.
As a facilitator, you're able to sometimes see the whole picture.
It means that I can help promote change.
It's very much about change management and changing attitudes and changing processes.
I am there to improve the services. We're recognising the expertise that's already in there and developing new staff as we go along.
It's about embracing the positive parts of their work and encouraging them to maybe make some small changes that can make a big difference.
Facilitators essentially work with professionals, with the carers, with the nurses, the OTs, the physios, social workers.
They might ring me and say, can you just give us some advice on this? Where can we get some help?
To be a sounding board for them and hopefully find some solutions to the problems that they're experiencing.
I get to work with really passionate people who are maybe looking for the skills to do their job better. Because often you're nurturing them and mentoring them.
So we're all working together for the same aim.
An integrated approach to end-of-life care is the key.
To bring people together, to see them actually learning from each other.
To impart knowledge. We're empowering care homes, we're empowering community nurses, we're empowering GPs.
To try and facilitate best end-of-life care.
I think it takes a really skilled person to work across so many different care settings.
People have different ways of learning and I do have to adapt my teaching.
You will need to use every skill from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes, because you need to have a sense of humour, you need to be knowledgeable in palliative care, you need to be able to work with people.
And isn't frightened to break down boundaries and will actually step outside the box to make things work.
They're all very self-motivated but very persistent and are not prepared just to give up or move on to something. They will chip and chip and chip away until they've solved that problem.
You can't do better than giving somebody the best at the end of life.
So if you can inspire them, if you can even spark that little bit of passion, then you are that one step further to making sure that everyone out there dies well and has that good death that we all want.
You've only got one opportunity to give good quality end-of-life care, and you want to make sure that everybody's delivering that.
If you can make a difference for one person, then you are doing your job.
I think there's a lot of people out there, a lot of staff out there, that don't really realise they need support until very specific circumstances are presented to them.
When you've been able to motivate them and to see them put everything into practice, it's great.
I've seen such huge changes in some homes.
The fact that we can make such a difference to individuals.
If we weren't imposed who would do that teaching, because it just wouldn't happen.
We can have a much bigger impact if rather than just providing clinical care, we can use those skills to sort of educate and train and teach others.
I can see that the changes that we're working on are benefiting patients and relatives. The majority of people who die are actually cared for by generalist care staff, and to actually be able to work with people like that and help them to understand the important role they have is fantastic.
And the experience that families have that follows them the rest of their days has to be the best it can be.
Caring for people when they're facing the last phase of their life is just an essential part of living.
It's making dying as normal as living.
It all just seems to click and I think, yeah, I've got it. I know how important it is.
It's changed me as a person.
I think my horizons have widened. I've learnt so much from other people
given me opportunities to speak at, say, conferences and things like that, which I'd never have done a few years ago.
We have a laugh at work, and it's that keeps you going and it helps drive the passion.
I've got an awful lot more out of life being an end-of-life care educator than I would have got in any of my previous roles.
When they say to you that their relative was given an excellent standard of care and they died peacefully with dignity, to me that means everything.
We have a plan when we come into this world, and we should have a plan when we go out of this world, and to know that you've made a difference and that you've helped facilitate that plan means so much.
I'm proud of the job and what it has become, and I'm proud of what we're doing as a nation.
If anyone's thinking of being a facilitator, I would say be brave, give it a try, because we're a great group of people. We're able to mentor each other.
They're a really creative bunch that actually inspire each other.
I've found the position itself just really rewarding.
It's what I come into nursing for, it's to make a difference.
It's really nice to go to work smiling every day.
I've absolutely loved being involved in this work.
I have the best job in the world, really.
We'd like to say a big thank you that actually that National End of Life Care Programme even exists. The support, the encouragement, the information that they provide. We couldn't have done it without their leadership, really.